What's going on, everyone? IBG here, back for round 2 of the NPL. This round, I'll be facing against Shad411, and a little bit about his team, just foregone. His team was like a little bit more harder to prep against, mainly because I don't have a strict Pokemon to go up against it that will instantly like be free to click whatever move it wants. But I still prepped my best against it as far as I went. I'm just gonna go and be against his team. Okay, in full, this is his team. Just going briefly through it, and I'm just gonna explain like everything I could prep for against it. He drops Garchomp, and to me, it seemed like one of the Pokemon he wants to bring. Definitely scary to see behind like a Scarf set or offensive rocks if he decides to bring it. Just based on the coverage move it has, he has Mimikyu, really good offense pressure. With a disguise ability, he could take instantly just one hit, and I have no Pokemon to break through that disguise of his. Get it, disguise. But like I said, it does take a hit, and pair it up with just something like SD, and it could go through a team with like Shadow Claw, Shadow Sneak, Play Rough, and it gets like a few coverage moves that can back it up. Crobat, like one of his fast Pokemon, honestly hard to prep against its speed, but for a bulky one, it's a little bit more different. Because I definitely see like a faster Crobat coming in as like a utility sort of Pokemon. Alolan Muck is a Pokemon that I've very well used a whole lot in the past. So it's something I very well know what he could bring. Off the top of my head, I do not know what he would bring, but it's just something that if I see the set, I'll know. If I see a certain thing, I'll know what set it is off the top of my head. Ludicolo is a really good Pokemon, but I do not expect him to bring it this match. Really, because it doesn't have any sort of advantage it has against my team. Like, it can set up a rain on its own, but that just wastes its own turn just to do any sort of damage against me. Next up, we also have Electivire. I'm pretty sure you could probably like pair that up with these two if you decide to bring Ludicolo for some reason. But that's just me. Electivire, I do expect for him to bring, because it does have that good fast electric type on his team, resistant to electric type, paired up with Garchomp or maybe Excadrill if he decides to bring those two. He has Mega Scizor. I did have Scizor on here just because I wanted to have like full 12 slot. I didn't really prep against like regular Scizor, but I just had it on this little Teambuilder set. He has Mega Scizor, like I said. Real fast Pokemon. Could be offensive, could be defensive. Works both really well on each end. Has Excadrill, which is honestly a big staple on his team, because it's very with a Choice Scarf or in Sand, and having like an adamant nature with max attack, could honestly tear through my team if I don't play against it real well. Of course, gets a couple of good moves, other than the sad moves. Gardevoir, I somewhat expect him to bring, mainly because it has good coverage moves, and whether it runs with Specs or Scarf could be honestly good for him. He has Smeargle, but I do not expect him to bring it. High stacking really doesn't go well against my team, because I do have two defoggers in the form of Scizor and Pidgeot, and a Rapid Spinner being Donphan. And last but not least, he has Sigilyph, real challenging Pokemon in sort of Draft League format, because the normal stored power into cosmic power, Flame War, Magic Guard, Roost set doesn't really fare well in Draft League format, but in the right hand, Sigil could possibly be a good Pokemon to have, but that's whatever. Just getting a look at my team here. I'm going to be going through all on which EVs are banned, what specific reason, and why I bought the Pokemon. God dang, I played the wrong team. Okay, so first up, remove that real quick. I have Rosa Donphan making her debut. I'm running more a physical defensive set, max HP, 220 in defense, and 236 in special defense. I know because of sturdy, I live any one hit, but I do want this thing to be like a physical wall. Leftover just gets HP up. Earthquake is a stat move that you obviously need to have on some Pokemon. Knockoff removes items, which helps me a lot, probably against Mimikyu if it's like Life Orbs. could scout Scarf Garchomp or Scarf Excadrill if he decides to bring that. Ice Shard is a good priority move to have, especially since he has Garchomp, which will take so much damage from Ice Shard, and Rapid Spin just to get rid of hazards. His only form of hazard setters are of course Garchomp and Excadrill having Stealth Rocks and Smeargle getting any sort of hazards he wants to have on his team. So Rapid Spin is definitely good to have on Donphan. Next up we have a Ria the Raichu, and it's a little bit more of a trickier set, and basically what I ran in the set, of course we have Lightning Rod just to negate the Electivire's electric type moves. I ran Gaudium Z because with the 40 in attack, I hit Excadrill at minimum 80%, and I believe it's like 96% with Excadrill. So if he does come in on rocks, Groundium Z Dig would have like at least like a 50% chance to knock him out. And if he decides to have like Excadrill, or not Excadrill, Electivire on this, if I ran just like probably like about 4 or 8 attack stat EVs on attack, I would instantly knock it out without a chance. So having Groundium Z Dig is definitely a good coverage move to have on Raichu. Thunderbolt will just stab move because aside from those Pokemon that resist it, Thunderbolt just hits through his team hard. HP Ice, good coverage move for Garchomp. And Excadrill besides being it. And Signal Beam, because he has Gardevoir, they're definitely hard Pokemon to prep against. I'm deciding to run it for the coverage move. And he decides to bring Ludicolo as well. It's also a good move to hit it because Thunderbolt is neutral. I do want something to have super effective damage on Ludicolo and Gardevoir. Next up we have Gomez. I'm running sort of the same set this week, just running a little different EV spread. Running Max Attack, Naive Nature because 264 I believe outspeeds +1 Dragonette, I outspeed Crobat, and when and this EV spread for Raichu, the speed is to outspeed Garchomp if he's not Scarfed. But yeah, like you said, outspeeds Crobat at +1 with the Dragon Dance with this speed EVs, Max Attack, and then a little bit I'm putting the rest of the EVs in HP, giving it odd numbers so I come in and live at least like 5 Stealth Rocks if I don't decide Mega Evolve, which I probably should in that sense. Next up we have Fuerte, my big strong boy of the team, running a Guts Flame move set, Drain Punch, Mach Punch, Earthquake, and Ice Punch. I could have optimized to running Iron Fisted, but I wanted Guts because it would definitely hit a lot harder. Max attack, 252 in attack, Adamant Nature, 200 HP, and 56 of special defense, making Conkeldurr a very specially defensive Pokemon, having in the back, and being able to deal a whole bunch of damage on the off chance it gets to hit. Next up we have Susio, bringing back the Assault Vest set, Giga Drain, Earthquake, Knockoff, and HP Ice. Ran an odd number, or ran 240 HP so I can have an odd number of HP for Stealth Box. Just ran a little bit of defense and max special defense with Sassy Nature, with AV making it my special defensive wall, pairing up with Rosa, and also having Forte as sort of like just a bulky offensive hitter. With Susio, of course, Giga Drain is for stab, Earthquake, coverage move for Alolan and Electivire. Knockoff, just like from what the Donphan does, removes item, and HP Ice is just for Garchomp and Crobat if you decide to bring those two. And it's honestly good to have HP Ice if Crobat is like a special set with like Sludge Bomb, Heat Wave, and some other coverage moves like Nasty Plot. It'd be good to have HP Ice just to have some sort of chip damage to deal with. And then last but not least, also with joining Donphan for her debut, we have Pajado, the Pidgeot, Life Orb, Hurricane, Heat Wave, Hidden Power, Ice, and U-Turn. I ran 224 speed and Timber Nature just so I got speed Sigilif, max special attack, and that having that little EVs and HP on number, so coming in on rocks, I could take in like 5 instead of even number. Hurricane is a stab move that I honestly wanted to have like return and make the set physical, but I knew it was not going to work, so I just went into made this thing special. Heat Wave, a good coverage move to have. Definitely good against Mega Scizor. Hidden Power Ice, just like I ran for Susio. And Raichu covers up against the Garchomp and the Crobat. And U2 is a good phasing move to have, so I can come into and switch out into a different Pokemon. Let's say to take a better hit or put on some momentum on my team, and go out on the offensive just to have be in a better position. And that's my team for this week, or this round, I should say. Hopefully y'all enjoy, and we'll see y'all in the post-commentary match. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.